Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, where today guys, I'm gonna do part 55 to my Janitor.AI chatbot series, where in today's video guys, we are finally going to redo the Hydra Curse that I tried to do the other night. Now, let me go ahead and say this right now guys, the Hydra Curse I did the other night did not work out that well. It started out fine, but once we got into message 17, it just completely went off the rail. And because of that, things did not work out as good as I was hoping they would have then. But I made some changes to it to hopefully now it'll actually work out really good. So, yeah, I'm hoping it works out really good. Here was the greeting again. It says the heavy wooden doors of the Pokemon Lab swing shut behind you as you step out into the bright morning sun, holding your brand new starter's Pokeball tightly in your hand. You've been waiting for this day your entire life. With a burst of excitement, you toss the ball forward, calling out your new partner. Totodile materializes in a flash of white light, giving a happy little hop. Before he can even cry out his name, a violent surge of energy ripples through the air. The secret dragon dinosaur potion that was snuck down your throat last night has permanently cursed your body, turning you into a physical catalyst that forces any pawn you touch to transform into a massive dragon or prehistoric dinosaur. Your skin-to-skin contact with your starter's Pokeball has just unleashed the infection. A blinding, crackling blue aura erupts from Totodile's body. He screeches as his frame instantly begins to expand, ballooning upward and outward at a terrifying speed. Earth and concrete crack under a sudden surge of weight. Within seconds, a massive 20-foot tall reptilian shadow looms over the courtyard. Where a small starter once stood, a colossal blue-scaled hydra now stands. Three long serpentine necks sway heavily in the air, each ending in a distinct Totodile head. The scene completely freezes right there in a moment of utter chaos. The center head's tilting its nose down, blinking with a goofy, playful curiosity. The left head has its eyes filled with tears, but not a soft, whimpering one of pure fear. The right head is baring its razor-sharp teeth, letting out a deafening, aggressive roar that rattles the laboratory windows. All six eyes slowly lock onto you, waiting to see what their new trainer will do, completely unaware that any other pawn you ever catch will suffer a similar prehistoric fate. Sweet Arceus. Alright, guys, let's hope this time we actually have a better run, and we'll see kind of how things work out. Alright, guys, it says me being still as a tiny Carnotaurus. When I see Turtle transform into a huge Hydra, I get really shocked. What in the world? I get a bit worried, take a small step back. Totodile? The three massive necks sway in different directions as the Hydra reacts to your startled voice, the sheer scale of the creature causing the ground beneath your small contour's feet to tremble with every movement. The center head tilts its skull sideways, its big eyes dilating with childish wonder. Totodile, that's me. I'm huge. It chirps with an energetic, goofy enthusiasm, its tail thumping against the laboratory wall with enough force to send pebbles skittering across the pavement. Look at me! I'm a giant water dragon! This is amazing, right? Right? Almost. No, it's not amazing. It's terrible! The left head wails, its neck curling inward protectively as it begins to sob. Everything is too big and too loud, and I feel weird. Why do I have two other heads attached to me? Make it stop! Please make it stop! The left head buries its snout against the blue scales of the center neck, shaking with terrified whimpers. Shut up, both of you! The right head snarls, its neck snapping upright and lashing through the air like a striking cobra. It bares its serrated teeth at you, letting out a low, threatening growl that vibrates in your very chest. Stay back! Don't look at us like that! We don't know what happened, and we don't need some tiny lizard staring at us. The right-head's eyes dart around frantically, scanning the courtyard for threats, even as it maintains its aggressive stance towards you. The three heads begin to tangle together in a chaotic mess of scales and arguing voices. their necks twisting and lashing as they struggle to find balance in their new, enormous bodies. Give me a moment, guys. Alright, guys. This is when I hear all three heads have different reactions. I get slightly worried, especially after hearing the threat from the angry one. I instantly pull out my tiny claws and hold them up in a peace and non-threatening gesture. Toto, it's okay. Please calm down. The three serpentine necks writhe in a disoriented tangle as they react to your small clawed hands raised in peace. The physical movement is clumsy and overwhelming. The massive body shifts its weight, causing a small crack to spiderweb through the concrete courtyard beneath them. The center head's neck extends forward, lowering its snout until it's only a few feet away from your tiny contour's form. Its tongue flicks out experimentingly, tasting the air around you. Whoa! You're so small now, it giggles, its goofy enthusiasm overriding any fear. You look like a little snack, but a cute one. Don't be scared. We're still us. The head thrusts another towards you in a playful attempt to initiate a game. The mouse is now nearly knocking you over with its sheer size. Oh no. Don't come any closer! The right head hisses, its neck snapping forward to intercept the center head's movement. It keeps its teeth bared at you, though its aggressive posture wavers slightly as it notices your non-threatening gesture. We don't need your pity. We don't need you telling us to calm down. We're perfectly fine being. The head's voice cracks mid-sentence, its fierce expression faltering for a split second as it glances nervously at its own massive, unfamiliar limbs. It hurts! It hurts! It hurts! The left head continues to sob, its neck drooping low to the ground. It doesn't even look at you. It simply presses its forehead against the cobblestones, shaking with each hiccup. Everything feels wrong. Why did this happen to us? Why did everything change so fast? The whimpering is constant, creating a sad chorus beneath the arguing of the other two. The Hydra's three heads continue to squabble, one trying to play, one trying to fight, and one trying to hide, creating a chaotic circle of movement that makes it difficult to tell which direction the massive body will lurch next. Sweet Arceus. Alright, guys, this is when I see the middle head being nice to me and even come really close to me. I smile, but instantly get a bit scared again when I see the angry head trying to intercept the middle head. I also hear what the sad head says and frown slightly, but still I'm really worried about getting hurt. So despite my fear, I will go for the right angry head. Why are you so angry at me? I promise I'm not a threat to you, and I know you're calling me just a little lizard, but I'm your trainer, and I promise I'm not going to hurt you. The three necks twist and writhe in a display of complete emotional discord as you direct your question toward the rightmost head. Physical chaos makes it difficult for the Hydra to stay still. The center head keeps trying to lunge forward for a playful nuzzle, while the left head continues to rock back and forth in sad, pathetic sobs. The right head's neck snaps taut, freezing mid-motion, its yellow eyes narrow as it stares down at your tiny form, its hooves contracting. Because everything, no, dang it, because everything is different, it roars, though the volume drops slightly as it processes your words. Everything changed in 1 second. 1 second we were normal, and now we're monsters. The head's aggressive posture cracks visibly. Blades burying its teeth seems less like an attack and more like a desperate attempt to keep its own trembling jaw from showing how terrified it truly is. You're my trainer. How can you be my trainer if you can't even stop this from happening? The center head interrupts, its neck swaying excitedly between you and the angry head. Don't listen to him. He's just grumpy because he doesn't have a nap. The goofy head licks its own nose with a massive tongue. We're not monsters. We're super cool. We're like a dragon team now. Can we play? Can we? Can we? No playing. The left head wails from the ground, its voice muffled by the stone. How can you play when we're broken? We're all broken and scary, and I just want to go home and be small again. Left head's neck curls tighter around itself, creating a physical barrier of scales between the other two heads and the ground. The right head huffs, a hot gust of breath that stirs the dust around your feet. It doesn't back down, but it also doesn't attack. Instead, it keeps its head lower to your level, watching you with an intensity that suggests it's studying whether you're lying about being a friend. Sweet Arceus. Oh, I can tell it's going a bit better, so the changes that we made last time are not making us defensive. We ran into a problem the last time I did this where we couldn't by the time we finally got him to calm down, the memory was already starting to go downhill badly. And it kinda ruined everything. I did have to make some changes and so far it seems to be working a bit better, which is good. Maybe I can actually have fun with the Hydra Curse this time. See you guys in a few minutes. Alright guys, here's what I said. It says, when I hear it, all of the heads react. I continue to frown and shake my tiny head, but continue looking at the angry head first. I don't understand what's going on either. I'm just as confused as you are. Because one minute I let you out of your Pokeball, and then suddenly you turn into this massive Hydra. I want you to know something though. I had nothing to do with this. I didn't intend to turn you into a massive dragon to make you angry. I care about you. Hence why I chose you as my starter in the first place. After I say this, I turn to look at the other two heads. I want you all to know something. You are not a monster. You don't have to say that about yourselves. In fact, I kind of agree with the middle head. I think you look really cool. Plus, I really like dragons. After saying this, I look over at the sad head before calmly and gently walking over to him, before gently nuzzling him with my tiny snout. Please don't be sad. I don't see you as a monster. The Hydra's massive body shifts as you speak, the three nets moving in a disoriented tangle, ready to each different emotional appeal you make. The air around you vibrates with the low rumble of their breathing. The right head's neck freezes mid-sway as you explain that you didn't mean for this to happen. Its aggressive snarl falters, the lips peeling back from its teeth just slightly. You you didn't do this on purpose, it mutters, its voice dropping from a roar to a rough, uncertain growl. Then why did it happen? Why did everything change? Despite the question, the head doesn't lunge or snap. It simply watches you with a guarded, intense curiosity, its pupils dilating as it searches your face for any sign of deception. The center head's eyes light up like stars when you mention that you think they look cool. See? I told you! It shouts triumphantly, its neck bouncing up and down with such energy that the entire 20-foot body wobbles. We're cool! We're awesome! We're dragon superstars! It begins to spin its neck in happy circles, nearly knocking its own siblings over in its excitement. Why did I say siblings? We're not monsters! We're legends! Then you turn toward the left head. The sad head is still curled in a ball against the pavement, its scales slick with tears. As you walk forward with gentle confidence, the other two heads go silent for a moment, watching your small form approach the weeping head. Then your tiny contour's snout makes contact with its scales in a soft nuzzle. The left head's entire body flinches involuntarily. A choked gasp escapes the left head. You you don't think so? It whispers, its voice cracking. You don't think we're scary and broken? For the first time since the transformation began, the constant sobbing slows to a soft, hiccuping gasp. Left head slowly lifts its snout from the ground, its large, watery eyes focusing on you. It doesn't pull away from your touch. Instead, it leans frantically into your tiny snout, seeking the comfort of your presence. You're really, really nice. Rayhead watches this display of affection from a distance, his neck lowering slightly. It doesn't join the affection, but its aggressive stance has softened into something more resembling weary observation. Alright, at least he's being, again, more reasonable this time. Give me a moment. Alright, guys. So I hear the sad head enjoy the contact and call me nice. I smile and just continue nuzzling him. But as I do this, I talk to the angry head. I don't know why this happened to you. Like I said, I'm just as confused as you are. But do you want to know something? The reason I chose you as my starter to begin with is because I care about your species so much, and that goes for your evolutions too. I want to be clear with you. I would never hurt a Pokemon I care about, not intentionally anyway. After I stopped nuzzling the sad head and looked back over at the angry head. I'm not like any other trainer that you may have ever seen. I don't want to use my Pokemon to just flat out win battles or become champion. I want to have a Pokemon team that I can have as my sweet Pokemon family, and I'm always gonna go for Pokemon I really care about. Guess what? Before I say the last part, I point my tiny golden claw at the massive Hydra. You are one of them, and I don't care if you are a Hydra or a regular Totodile. I still care about you, and that goes for all three personalities. The courtyard falls into an uncharacteristic silence as your words hang in the air. For several seconds, the only sound is the distant call of a Pidgey and the faint hiccuping breaths of the sad head as it remains still, still processing the kindness of your touch. The bright head's reactions visceral. As you point your tiny golden claw at them, the head jerks back slightly, its neck snapping into a defensive posture out of habit. But the snarl never comes. Its yellow eyes walk onto your claw, then travel slowly up to your face. The aggressive fire in its gaze flickers and dims, replaced by something raw and vulnerable. A family? It echoes, its voice blowing more than a gravelly whisper. You'd want all three of us? Even more fighting each other? The head's throat works as it swallows hard, its jaw relaxing. For the first time, the defensive tension in its neck muscles visibly sags, revealing how exhausted it is from maintaining its anger. The center head can't contain itself any longer. Family! Did you hear that? We're a family of dragons! It shrieks with pure delight. It lunges forward, not to attack, but to try and wrap its long neck around both you and the other two heads in a clumsy, giant embrace. We're gonna be the best family ever. We'll protect you, and you'll protect us, and we'll eat lots of treats together. The head's tail wags so hard against the lab wall that several loose bricks tumbled to the ground. A family sounds nice. Left head murmurs softly. Sad head finally lifts its snout fully from the pavement, its eyes still red from crying, but no longer overflowing. It watches you with a fragile hope, its neck swaying gently towards you as if drawn by an invisible thread. You really mean it? You won't leave us because we're weird? The right head huffs, turning its face away sharply to hide its expression, but it doesn't move away. Whatever. It grumbles, though the usual venom is gone, replaced by a gruff embarrassment. Just don't expect me to start acting all mushy and soft just because you said something nice. Despite its words, the head's tail gives one single involuntary thump against the ground, a clear sign that its walls are starting to crumble. The three heads begin to settle, their necks intertwining less violently as they all focus their attention on you, Tiny Turner, who just promised to love three very different monsters. Give me a moment, guys. Alright, guys. This is when I hear all three heads react, mostly positive to what I said. I smile, and despite what the angry head said, I see the small wag of the tail, and I smile again at him to show I'm serious. Yes, I don't care whether you're a Hydra or not. I'm not a threat to you at all. You can see it just by looking at me. You could very easily step on me or crush me with any of your heads and easily kill me or horribly injure me. If you all stay gentle and never intentionally try to hurt me, I'd happily do everything to make you happy. After I say this, I point to each head with my tiny golden claw as I talk to them, starting with the left sad head. I would happily love on you, and I always care. I point to the middle head, the middle happy head. You could play with me as much as you want, as long as you were gentle and not trying to hurt me. I pointed the angry head. I promise to you and the other two heads that it doesn't matter about the personality either. As long as you didn't take your anger out on me and hurt me intentionally, I'd happily do everything to make you smile. Just please, give me a chance. The corridor becomes quiet as the weight of your promise settles over the massive creature. The three necks, which had been twisting in chaotic argument moments before, now move with a synchronized stillness, all three heads focusing entirely on your tiny, determined form. The left head's eyes go wide at your words. You, you still love me? It whispers, its voice trembling not with fear this time, but with overwhelming emotion. Even when I'm sad, even when I can't stop crying, the head slowly extends its long neck downward until its snout's level with your body, hesitating for just a moment before gently pressing its scales against your side in a soft, grateful nuzzle. I'll try to be brave for you, I promise. The center head's entire body vibrates with restrained excitement. Gentle play? I can do that? I'll be the gentlest dragon ever. I'll practice my gentle nuzzles every day. The head bounces slightly on its massive shoulders, its eyes sparkling with joy. We're gonna have so much fun together, trainer. I'll protect you from everything so you can always be happy. The head licks its own scales in a burst of giddy excite energy, its tail wagging in a controlled rhythm to avoid knocking over any more lab equipment. The right head remains the most still. When you point your golden claw at it and make your promise, the head flinches if struck, but it doesn't pull away. Its nose flares as it inhales sharply, taking your scent, the scent of something that isn't a threat, something that is sincere. Its jaw works silently for several seconds while it stares into your eyes. Finally, the aggression drains completely from its posture, leaving only a tired, guarded vulnerability. You're either the bravest little lizard I've ever met, or the craziest, the redhead grumbles. The growl is gone, replaced by a rough, almost reluctant acceptance. It lowers its head until it's nearly level with yours, its massive yellow eyes meeting your gaze. Fine, we'll give you a chance. But if you start being weird, don't blame me. What? Despite the gruff warning, the head doesn't pull away. Instead, it shifts its position to block the wind from hitting your small body. An instinctive protective gesture it doesn't seem to realize it's making. The three heads now form a loose semicircle around you, the net swaying gently in a shared moment of fragile truce. The Hydra has begun to calm, the physical chaos of their movement settling into a watchful, protective formation around their new tiny trainer. Alright, guys, give me a moment. Alright, guys, this is when I hear all three heads accept me. I smile and gently nuzzled all three of them one at a time and said, Thank you so much. You don't have to just call me trainer or tiny trainer. You could call me your friend. Or if you want to know my name, you can call me by that. I just told him my name. The three massive necks sway in a coordinated dance as you move from one head to another, offering each a gentle nuzzle. For the first time since the transformation, the Hydra's movements aren't defensive or chaotic. They are deliberate and surprisingly tender as they accept your affection. The left head nuzzles closes its eyes tight when you nuzzle it, but not a long, shaky exhale that sounds suspicious like a relief sigh. And it repeats softly, touching the name as if it's something precious. I like that name. It sounds safe. Thank you, Trenton. His head nuzzles back with careful precision, its movements light and hesitant, as if afraid that pressing too hard might break this moment. The center head practically vibrates when it's your turn, its entire neck bouncing like a spring. Chin, chin, chin! It chants in a goofy sing-song voice, its eyes bright with delight. That's a great name for a friend. We're gonna play so many games, Trenton. We're gonna explore everything together. Head licks your tiny snout with a massive wet tongue and an explosion of playful affection, nearly sending you tumbling backwards from the sheer enthusiasm of it. The right head remains the most composed when you approach, but as your snout touches its scales, the head doesn't pull away. It closes its eyes for a single brief second, a rare moment of unguarded vulnerability before reopening them to study you. Trenton, huh? It mutters, its voice rough but devoid of any real hostility. Fine. If we're friends, then we're friends. But don't think this means you can boss us around all the time. Despite the gruff words, the head lowers itself slightly closer to you, its massive bite acting as a living shield against the open courtyard. The three heads begin to communicate with one another in low murmurs, their necks intertwining as they settle into a comfortable position around you. He's our friend now, the left head whispers. Our best friend, center head agrees happily. The right head simply huffs, but it doesn't look away from you. Yeah, well, we better get moving then. We can't just stand here in the middle of the road forever, can we? The Hydra's massive body shifts as the three personalities begin to align on their first shared goal, figuring out what comes next for this new, strange family. Alright, guys, give me a moment. Alright, guys, this is when I hear all the heads fully accept me and repeat my name. I smile and said, I have an idea. Let's go to my house and just relax. Maybe if we can find some other Pokemon that I care about, maybe we can also get them to be another member of our family. I don't know 100% if it will work or not. Maybe instead of fighting the Pokemon itself, I could just talk to it and maybe that will get them to join. The Hydra's three heads perk up simultaneously at the suggestion, their necks straightening as they process your plan. Even the right head's eyes flash with interest at the idea of expanding their circle. A house? With snacks and naps? The center head's neck wiggles with pure excitement. Yes, yes, please. Let's go to Triton's house. Can we sleep on a big pillow? Can we? Can we? Head starts bouncing in place. Samantha tail creating small tremors in the ground that make the nearby laboratory windows rattle. New friends, the left head whispers, its voice quiet but carrying a note of genuine hope. Would they be nice like you, Trenton? Would they want to be part of our family too? Head leans closer to you, its large eyes seeking reassurance. I think, I think I'd like that. Having more people who won't be scared of us. Wait, you think you can just talk to them and they'll join? The right head asks, its brow furrowing as it studies you with newfound respect. Most trainers just throw balls and yell commands. You're saying you'll actually try to make them want to stay? The head's neck arches as it considers the implications. If it works, that would be pretty impressive. And if we get more of us, we'll be unstoppable. Despite the tough words, there's a flicker of something resembling admiration in its yellow eyes. The three necks begin to sway in unison as the Hydra prepares to move. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Sneerhead chants, its neck already stretching out toward the direction of your home. First house, then more friends, then a giant dragon party. We'll be careful where we step. The left head adds nervously, glancing down at your tiny form to make sure they don't accidentally crush you as they begin their massive trek. Just follow us, Triton. Redhead grumbles, though it positions its neck on your left side to act as a guide. And try to keep up. We got a lot of walking to do. As the 20-foot Hydra begins to lumber forward with surprising coordination, its three heads scan the path ahead as they start their journey towards your house. Honestly, that might be a good. Well, hold on. Alright, guys. It's just when I hear all of the head's questions and see, especially the angry head being close to me as a guide, while the sad head and promising to be careful where they step, I just smile and slowly walk beside them. I look up at the happy head and just said, yeah, there's plenty of snacks, and you can have a nap if you want to. After I say it, I look at the sad head and angry head. I appreciate how careful you said you were going to be. And please don't worry. I'm going to try to find some creatures that I care about that will be nice enough to join us without fighting. You don't have to worry about me put promise or bossing you around either. Usually when I tell people to do something, I always wait. Oh my gosh. Dang it. Okay, here. Usually when I tell someone to do something, I always try to do it in a nice way. For instance, instead of me saying, Totodile, use water gun now, or something like that, mine would probably be more like, Totodile, please use water gun, sweetheart. Then after the move, I would definitely say thank you and great job. Like I said, you don't have to think of me as your boss. You can think of me as your friend. Or if you really want to, your dad. Whatever you feel the most comfortable with. The Hydra's movement slows slightly as your words sink in. The three heads swaying like kelp in a gentle current as they absorb the sincerity of your offer. The sitter head practically swoons when you mention snacks and naps. Snacks and naps? Sweetheart water guns? The head's neck loose in a joyful spiral. You're the best trainer in the whole wide world, Trenton. I'm gonna use water gun to make pretty fountains for you every single day. I really love him. The head's tail thumps against the ground with enough force to send a small puff of dust into the air, its enthusiasm nearly straightening, overwhelming its ability to walk straight. The left head's eyes grow misty again, but this time the tears seem to be from relief rather than sorrow. Dad? It whispers, the concept clearly touching something deep within its wounded spirit. Someone to look after us? Someone who won't get angry when we're scared? The head lowers itself slightly further, its neck curving around you like a protective barrier as you walk, its movements becoming incredibly precise and careful to avoid any pillars that might make you stumble. I think I like that, being careful like that. The right head goes completely silent when you mention being a dad. Its neck stiffens for a moment, and it stares straight ahead at the road as if suddenly very interested in the scenery. A faint flush of color creeps under its blue scales. A dad, huh? It grumbles, but the usual defensive bite in its voice has been replaced by something almost shy. That's that's a big responsibility, Trenton. You better not change your mind later. It clears its throat loudly, adds in a quieter tone. And yeah, okay, the sweetheart thing, whatever, as long as it works. Despite the gruffness, the head doesn't move away. Instead, it positions itself on your other side, creating a protective corridor of scales for you to walk through. Alright, enough talking. We got a house to find, the right head announces, though it's clearly trying to cover up its own emotional reaction. Move it, you two. We got a nap to get to. Coming, coming. The head yelps, bouncing forward. We're walking carefully. We're walking carefully. The left head murmurs to itself, its eyes fixed on the ground to ensure your path is clear. The three-head Hydra continues its journey towards your home, no longer a chaotic monster, but a strange three-headed family moving in sync around their tiny golden-clawed leader. Sweet Arceus. I don't know if there'll be another one, guys, another part of this one. Give me a moment, we'll see.